We would first like to thank Rogelio Garcia Contreras for the opportunity to addressing you and for allowing us to participate in this very interesting initiative, which he and his microcredits team have begun to implement in the Yucatan Peninsula. Even though we couldn't be able to be here in person, we didn't want to miss this opportunity to tell you who we are and the role we play in carrying out this microcredits program in the area. We are a team of researchers and students, part of the Ecological Economics Laboratory at the Ecosystems Research Center at the National Autonomous University of Mexico. For a number of years, we've been working in the study of natural resources management by Yucatec Maya communities. In particular, we study how these communities perceive, manage, and use their natural resources in order to understand the processes that could lead to a sustainable development. Given the characteristics of our research, our path, and those of St. Thomas University's microcredits program and Ulises Valderas from Sam Houston University have come together. We are now working together in two different projects which have the microcredits program as their main framework. Both projects conceive microcredits as a mechanism that triggers productive development processes which can be economically viable, socially equitable, and ecologically sustainable. In the one hand, we're working with the women from the community of Petac, Yucatan, in a social and economic revaluation of home gardens. These productive systems are an essential element of the food security strategy of the Yucatec Maya communities. Through the microcredit received by women, families have the opportunity to diversify useful plant species at their home gardens, whether edible, medicinal, ornamental, or for other uses. This production may satisfy families' demand as well as derive production surpluses towards the market, therefore generating an important source of the family's income. On the other hand, we are working on a sustainable beekeeping project in the community of CIECO Nuevo, also in Yucatan. Here, we would like to mention two very important elements. First, this community is located at the northeast part of the Yucatan Peninsula. It is a region that has been heavily struck by productive specialization, being the cause of dramatic ecosystems disruption. Nevertheless, CIECO Nuevo is on the boundaries of the Ria Lagartos Natural Reserve and the Zapotal Private Reserve, where the vegetation is one of the last relics of well-preserved tropical forest at this part of the peninsula. It is worth mentioning that this area of tropical forest in Mexico is where more jaguar sightings have been recorded in recent years. The second element we would like to point out is that beekeeping is a benign, productive activity for the environment. In fact, because of its pollinating effects, beekeeping provides an important number of services to the environment and is also a productive activity that has been developed by Yucatec Mayas for hundreds of years. In this latter project, another aim is to provide an added value to honey products. In this sense, labeling will be introduced where environmental and social benefits are explained, such as organic production, biodiversity friendly with the jaguar and other endangered species habitat, and community-based production processes. Due to the fact that this would not be possible without a holistic and integral vision of all the productive activities being implemented by the families by these communities, we are investigating the possibility of creating ecological reserves where bees can feed with species that come from mature tropical forests. All this work could not be possible without a strong involvement of undergraduate students. We're convinced that sustainable processes must be based on education and knowledge generation. This is why it is impossible for us to conceive these projects without the creative ideas, energy, goodwill, and enthusiasm of these young people. We vision these projects as an educational productive process in which students collaborate directly, allowing them to obtain first-hand knowledge of the complexity in setting the course of sustainability at rural communities, and where, at the same time, families and producers can benefit from the collaboration with scientific research centers. Thank you for your time and attention, and we're looking forward to meeting you face-to-face next time. Gracias y hasta luego.